Okay, welcome back everyone to my next tutorial. This is basically go over all of my Discord scripts, which is pretty easy because I literally have all the scripts right here, and it's just gonna be pretty simple how we do this. So basically, in every one of my Discord scripts, you're gonna want to look for the server file. So this is for police EMS activity, which is the police blip script that I have on the forums. So you're going to want to set up the role list. That'll be in every Discord script I have. You'll have this role list and it'll kind of be like configured like this or something, or just have like these random numbers in here. But the thing is, this isn't fully configured. What you actually need to do is you need to get the role IDs that correspond to the role. So like LSPD, if you have that, you could also change this to whatever you wanted to, but you want to get the role ID for the roles and then put them in these spots. So if I go to Discord, and then I could just, well, first you're going to actually want to put on your developer mode. So you're going to want to go to here, you're going to want to go to, if I can find it, appearance, and then you're going to want to go down here to advanced, and you're going to want to put developer mode on. So then this, you want to put that in the on position. Basically this will allow you to copy people's IDs. So basically you can go here and then you just copy the role ID, and that's the role ID right there. So you can just go to the roles, copy ID, and then you can go here, and now that's the role ID for that role. And that's how I would set all these up then. For each different one that corresponds to the role that I want it to in Discord, I would just put the ID in here. So basically usually what I like to do is I like to replace these all with ones, so then I know which one's not done yet or whatever. So I'll just replace them all with ones, and then I go through them and I put in the roles IDs that I need there. So I'll put these all as ones. So now I just go through all these, put those in, but then it's not done for this script because this script has another component to it. I mean, you don't have to do this part. You could just keep these as nil values, which means it won't work. But this one has Discord webhook, so you can basically send messages to your Discord chat using the Discord webhook. But to do this, you have to create them. And this is a part that a lot of people get confused with because they don't realize you have to put these things around them, the quotation marks around them. They just put in the link. So what we'll do is we'll do that now. So I'll just make a webhook here, edit the channel, webhook, and then hold on, I don't know what, I guess I can't create a webhook when I'm in streamer mode, so hold on, we'll figure that out right now. We'll turn that off. Okay, hold on, disable. Okay, and then we'll edit the channel, edit channel, webhooks, okay. That's so you know, it protects these because you don't want people getting this webhook, because this technically then they could message. So now we'll just name it a webhook or something or whatever. Actually, just because, you know, I like that name. And then what you'll do is you see the copy button, you'll copy this, save this. Now this is a webhook. So basically this can message to your chat. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go right back here. And I'm not going to copy it like paste it like this. This is what people do, and that's a huge problem. You need to put the quotation marks, then put it inside the quotation marks. And then basically for every one of these that I want to have a webhook and stuff, I would make a webhook for the channel and like copy the webhook from the one I made, and then I'd just paste it in like this for every one. So essentially you'd want to make different webhooks for different channels, assuming that these are different roles, so you don't want them to all be in the same channel broadcasting this person went on duty as, and just having, you know, the same roles having the same webhook. You could, but I mean, theoretically I think you'd want to have different channels and different webhooks to do this. So that's how you set that script up, police EMS activity. This is assuming that you have Discord perm set up already from my other video, which I'll link in the description. So this is all set up now. This is all you have to edit in the role list. You just have to set up the role IDs, and you also have to set up the webhooks. Now, if we want to go to Discord Ace Perms, you basically see the same thing. There's kind of a resemblance throughout all the scripts, which you'll see. You'll always see this role list inside of the server.lua, or depending on what the script is, like the police EMS activity, I have it as SV, emergency blips. SV stands for server, but most of my scripts will have server.lua because I usually just follow that common template. And then these are just the role IDs for the role list as usual. So usually you want to replace these with ones as usual. Then you want to copy the role ID corresponding to the group you want to put them in. And then groups are group.tc.fa. Basically, these are the groups you set up in your server.cfg and like your permissions.cfg. This is the groups that you set up with the 5Ms API using principles and adding principles to adding the groups and stuff. But this will basically add them to the group based on their Discord. However, it should be noted that this script actually should be updated by me eventually, but this actually uses the Steam identifier. So if a person doesn't have their Steam open, they actually will not get their permissions because it adds their group based on their Steam identifier. So if they don't have their Steam open, it can't get their hex through 5M, and this won't actually work. This should actually be changed over to Discord identifier. So if you want to change that, you could actually just go down here and technically change this to Discord instead of Steam, and then also you'd have to change hex, and you'd want to get their Discord identifier. So technically you could just change this to Discord and also change this to Discord. There may be a few other things you need to change. You'd have to look into it. But like I said, this may get changed in a further update to make it more efficient, because it technically should use Discord for all of this. It really shouldn't use Steam at all. When I made this, I think that was the way I knew how to do it. So now that I know you could use Discord, I'll probably change it in the future. But for the groups and stuff, that's basically all you need to know. You just need to put in the role IDs like you always do with the role list and the scripts. So just change these to your IDs. And then the groups, change them to the groups you have set up. And make sure, you know, the group is corresponding to the role ID you want it to. So if they have the role in Discord Trusted Civilian, you want to get the Trusted Civilian role ID. And you want to put it right here. And then the group.tc or whatever you named it, group.trustedcivilian, whatever, that's what you want to put right next to it corresponding to it. And basically that's how you set up Discord ACE perms. Pretty simple. This also assumes that you have Discord perms set up, so make sure you watch that video and do that before you do any of this. And then the next script we have is Discord chat roles. As you can tell, there's another role list. I think it's getting pretty repetitive, but I assure you this is all going to help you in the long run. Basically, you're going to want to do the same thing. However, with this one, there is a catch. The first role in this role list should always have a role ID. Technically, it doesn't really matter what's here, but I put 0 just to describe that this is basically a default role. So anybody who comes in your server without a Discord, or like with a Discord, but they don't have like the roles in your Discord, so they won't get any of the ranks below like Trusted Civilian and Donator. They'll always get just the default role, Civilian. The first one in the role list is the default role. That's important to know, because if you put another role there or something like the Trusted Civ and don't have a default role there, then everyone basically will get Trusted Civ because it's the first one in the list. And then for everything else, you just want to copy the role IDs and set them up corresponding to, you know, their the prefixes, because these are prefixes, and just corresponding to the prefixes and the role IDs with the roles in Discord, and then that's basically how you set that up. I mean, I think it's getting pretty repetitive now, but I think this will help you understand it a lot more. So the next script we have is Discord Tag Ids. And again, we see a role list. And this one's actually very similar to the other one, actually. You can actually tell the differences because they're pretty much the same. I mean, this one's configured for one of the servers I ran, but so they have the similar roles and setup because it's just much easier to do it this way. So the first role is the default role. So the first role you have in this list for this script, as well as Discord chat roles, will be the default role. Everybody will get that if they don't have a Discord role or whatever. So you want to make sure this is 0. You don't have to, like I said, but it makes it more easy to figure out what the default role is. So we have this one as 0, and then we have a clown emoji, and then we have a, I think that's green text, I'm pretty sure, because G stands for green. Whenever I saw it on the server, I don't think I ever saw people having green names, but maybe that was just a bug. But basically, this is the first role, default role for Discord chat roles and Discord tag IDs. And then everything else, role IDs corresponding to the prefixes here. And this is basically just for your tags. So the tags above your head, this will be like in front of the ID number that the player has. So that's how you'd set that up. Pretty simple. It pretty much resembles all the other scripts. And then the next script we have is Badger Tools. And again, you can see it has a resemblance to Discord tag IDs and Discord chat roles. The first one, again, is the default one. And then the other ones following it are the ones you have to set up with the role IDs and setting up their prefixes. However, with this script, there is another thing you have to do, which is on the forum page. But basically, if you're using vMenu, vMenu has its own voice chat, so you have to basically go through the voice chat settings of vMenu and basically disable them for most part, because otherwise it'll interfere with the script and it won't actually look pretty, because this prints the currently talking and stuff on top of the screen like vMenu does, and if you don't like set up the voice chat with vMenu and like turn it off for other players, it'll basically overlap each other and it won't look pretty, and you're not going to want that. So make sure you check the forum page and check that out to turn that off so that doesn't happen, because otherwise people are going to complain about how it looks, even though technically it's not a huge deal, but you're going to want the prettiness, because this basically gives you the voice chat tags and the cycle spectate, which is great. And this is probably one of the best scripts, but has some of the least downloads. I don't know why, but I guess maybe too complicated to set up. But just make sure you check the forum page for that, and it's really not too hard to set up. Like I said, all these other scripts, they pretty much all resemble each other with the role list. That's really all you have to set up. You just have to take the role IDs, put them in here, and it's really not complicated, my dudes. I mean, I had to make this video because so many people always need help with this, but I really hope that this pretty much gets rid of everybody's questions, because I pretty much went over all of it. So I think this should be good. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I may have missed out a few scripts like Discord ped perms and Discord vehicle whitelists. The only differences with those scripts is that they have another list inside of the client.lua, and the client.lua contains like what they allow you to use. So basically the list corresponds with the list in the server.lua, which maybe I'll go over in like the next video I make, or I mean the forum page pretty much explains it, and I mean if you look at the lists in both of them, it kind of shows how it works, relates to each other. But maybe I'll do that for another video, who knows, it depends on how many questions I get. But I hope this helped you out, because I know a lot of people always had questions about the Discord scripts, and I hope this figures it all out and you can set them all up with no problems. But if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Appreciate it, guys. See you on the next one.